What's good, sports gamers? Dirty Draws here, and I'm going to start a series where I go over different play types and my favorite plays out of them. And today I'm going to go over cutter plays, aka plays to get you easy looks at the basket. And the first play I'm going to go over is 98 cut 3 swing. Before you start the play, just make sure whoever you're calling the play for does not already have the ball. You start on the same side as the guy you called it for, then you begin to work the ball around the perimeter. And what begins to happen down low is the other guy will set a screen for your guy running across the paint for a shot at point blank range. Your first opportunity to pass it to him is at the top of the 3-point line, and secondly from the other wing. And if the pass from the top is taken away, you can pass it down to the big man who now has momentum towards the hoop because his defender had to prevent the cut to the basket. And if your opponent begins to cheat off of you anticipating the pass, passing it to the wing player first changes the angle and the user should be out of position to deflect it. Pass as soon as he starts to break to the middle, giving your opponent something else to look at, basically a decoy, before we pass to the main target. And because of the positioning of the players, 98 cut 3 swing gives the big man plenty of space down low to attack 101 before the play even starts. And against zone coverage, because of how they're lined up, the defense is giving up something by design with each coverage. Against a 2-3, we will outnumber their 2 perimeter defenders with our 3 players. And against 3-2, the guy in the corner will have nobody on him unless the big down low comes all the way out. Now everything isn't always black and white, so I'll get into it further by adding a human element to it. Against 2-3 zone and zones in general, guys will double team and try to pick off your panic passes. But having more than one outlet is key to defeating it. When doubled, the guy at the top of the key and the guy in the corner will always be your 2 outlets, with both having second reads if the first guy is covered by a user. Knowing where to look just depends on where the double team is coming from. If they double from the side, they're opening up the guy near the sidelines to you. But this is why people double, so they can deflect what they assume is your desperate first read. So let's assume somebody comes all the way out to try and pick it off like they're at read. Move on to your second read, the big man down low who should have an easy look near the hoop. And if they double from the middle, you have the guy at the top of the key. And if the user is closing on that, you have the guy on the wing next to him. Because the play is a 2-man game down low, you can have the bummiest of dudes get busy with this screen action due to the open space it provides. But running it with guys who can draw fouls and or finish near the rim is an almost guaranteed 2 points every time he catches it. And the other play I'm going to go over is 87 cut 42 motion. You start this play off at the top of the key, and the guy you call the play for will receive a down screen as he runs towards the 3-point line. If the defender closes out on him in time, another off-ball screen will occur on the opposite side of the court for another 3-point attempt. If the defense also closes out on him, the guy you originally called the play for will then cut to the rim. Now you can throw an alley-oop to him from here if your guy can pass, but what I like to do is pass it down low to the big first, then pass it to him to get a better angle and have a higher chance of him catching it. And against zone, unlike the first play, we will stretch the defense wide through continuous off-ball movements to get our shots. Against 2-3 zone, the first guy receiving the screen can outflank the defender on the edge, and if they recover in time, due to the initial ball handler going down the middle of the lane, he gets the defense's attention and can open up the second screen at the top of the 3-point line. And of course, lastly, you pass it down low to the big, where you now have the option to pass to the initial ball handler who runs to the corner, or the guy cutting to the hoop. And versus 3-2 zone, the first 2 screens will be covered simply because 3-2 zone is designed to cover where this play is attacking, at least at first. But once you pass to the big man on the high post is where you can break down the defense and expose them from only having 2 guys down low, with the options to pass to the guy in the corner and the guy cutting to the hoop. And if you're facing double teams, your outlets will be the guy you called the play for coming off the screen, with the big on his side as the secondary, and the big man on the high post with the guy next to him as his. Teams like the Thunder, Warriors, or anybody who has both a great perimeter scorer and a power forward who can shoot can run this play to its full potential. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the vid and stay tuned for the start of my defensive tutorials, where I'll break down into 3 parts: perimeter, low post, and transition defense. And more of my favorite plays coming soon too. Thanks for watching and be good, y'all. What's good, y'all? Dirty Draws 21 here, and next in the 2K series, I'm gonna go over the motion offense of the NBA champ Golden State Warriors. So even if your team doesn't have a Draymond Green or a Klay Thompson, or a guy who can do this.
Look back on at the end as a...
I'm going to teach you the offense these three have excelled in and has on a pace for the most wins in the season. Warriors motion, like the Hawks motion offense, sets up in a 4-out, 1-in look, which is 4 guys around the perimeter with 1 guy down low. While sporting similar actions like screens at the top of the key and for guys coming around the corner, the biggest difference is because they have